Welcome back to the Intersint podcast. This is episode number 20. How are you?
That was bland. The fuck?
It's a very bland day out.
It is. It's pretty much summer's over here.
We're playing the game today of hopefully the weather or the electricity doesn't go out on either one of us.
I hope not, because that would be horrible for me, because that means if mine goes out, I'm not getting it in like 2 to 3 days.
That is true. Well, you have your backup too. Finally. Did we talk about that? You finally went out and bought your backup?
We did.
And you have virus protection now. We're slowly getting you to where you need to be.
Antivirus?
Yeah.
No, I don't have that yet.
I thought, we talked about, I tried to make sure that you had it.
I have so many issues with my computer that I realized last night, actually.
Oh,
because
yeah.
we were talking about how my computer's been extremely slow upon boot up, and it'll just take like 5 to 10 minutes of just everything loading. And I'm like, maybe it's just the RGB stuff I have. Maybe it's like this, and maybe it's all the add-ons I have. I had the same setup at work. I have a RGB keyboard. I have lights in my setup. Like, there's nothing different. And so I'm like, okay, there has to be something wrong, because everything else I've turned off, like on startup.
Oh, yeah.
Turn that off. You helped me a little bit. Didn't realize until like past my bedtime. Yes, I have a bedtime, by the way. I am at that age where I have a bedtime. It was past my bedtime, and I realized that everything that I have set up on my computer is on my hard drive and not my solid state drive.
Oh, no.
And when I was setting it up, even the YouTube tutorial that I was learning it from, I was like, oh yeah, put everything on your solid state drive. I'm like,
Yep.
Okay, cool. But this motherfucking thing does not establish what is what. And when I have two of the same drives that are the same storage capacity, I'm like, which one is which? I'll just pick one. It doesn't matter. It does.
Oh,
2 years
no.
later, it does. It very much so matters.
I like how it took 2 years for you to realize that you were on the wrong hard drive.
I just thought, okay, it's slow because I have so much shit on here anyway. Like, I have all these things plugged in. I have no like spare outlets or like inputs anymore.
Oh, wow. You just maxed out.
I maxed it out. I had like a little extension thing that I put in my USB. So now I have like an extension cord thing of like 5 more.
Jeez.
I'm like, you know what? And now I have to figure out how to like clone everything and like just wipe the other drive clean and just make sure it's still all working and I still have all my files. And I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this.
That's see, if I was in your situation, it's gonna stay on the hard drive, and I'm just gonna deal with it because I don't want to put in the effort to figure
But
it
it's
out.
annoying. Like, I know it could be faster if I move it over.
Right. No, I get that.
And I just absolutely hate how it takes like 10 minutes just to get everything started up.
Yeah. Whenever I built my computer, I purposely didn't plug anything in except for the solid state drive because I knew I was going to be in the same boat as you. So I'm like,
And you never told me.
I don't think yeah.
We've already established you don't tell me things. We've known each other for like 4 years.
That is true. Yes.
You're supposed to tell me everything in this friendship cycle.
Just start documenting my life from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. There you go. Here's the new video.
So how's your day been?
I had the weirdest experience.
Okay.
And it's one thing. Okay. So I'm heading to the grocery store, and as I'm at the red light, for some reason, I'm just staring straight ahead. And I noticed the guy in front of me moving his arm erratically. And I'm like, okay, what's happening? I mean, where I'm at, it might make sense.
Tracks, yes.
Yeah. Upon like further, like I'm staring at this guy at this point. He is shaving his face at a red light, dry, with a like a reusable or a disposable razor thing. Who does
what?
that? That was my thought. I was so befuddled.
Okay, boomer.
I didn't know how.
Okay, boomer.
I knew you were gonna call me on that one.
You're not that old to be using words like this.
I know. Honestly, it's the fact that like I don't have a word ready to go in my brain, so I just quick fire whatever I have.
Nah, it just makes me wonder of like, how different were our English classes just for you to learn so many words like this that I know what they mean, but it's like
I couldn't even
I never
tell you.
use them.
Oh yeah, I honestly I couldn't even tell you the last time I used the word befuddled. I just
It's
threw
just
it out
there.
So I'm just like shocked watching this. Like, where are you going to an interview and you didn't have time? Like back in the day, at least I remember as a kid, the whole thing was always like women putting on makeup at red lights. Is that still a thing?
Yes.
Okay, I don't see that anymore.
I see that all the time because I'm always brake checking those bitches.
Oh, really?
Yep.
They just have a eyeliner thing going across their face because they had to slam on the brakes.
Good. Learn some time management.
They get into the office looking like the Joker, just their makeup everywhere. So that was the first thing. And
Isn't dry shaving bad for you though?
I think, like, isn't that,
Like that causes ingrown hairs.
yeah. Ingrown hairs, irritation, and
Yeah.
because I've done it once and it was the itchiest thing afterwards.
Yes. I had to do that too, but only because I ran out of soap in the shower. And so I just resorted, like, at least I had water.
True. Yeah, there's at least something.
Yeah.
It wasn't just
Ah.
blade on skin.
Ugh.
I was confused. I wanted to ask him, where are you going? What are you doing?
You know what would have
is
been so
important?
evil? Because you were at a red light, right?
Yeah.
You should have gone out and just like pushed up and down on the back of his.
Just start jumping on him. Or just like wait until he's about to go and like honk the horn really loud.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was weird enough.
Mhm.
Then I'm in the store
Mhm.
and I'm looking at pomegranates
Okay.
and I'm just like, for some I hate how there's so many different ways that like for each fruit you have to remember how to tell they're ripe and ready to go.
Yeah.
And so for pomegranates, I'm sitting there staring. I'm like, what was the trick for this again? I can't remember. And then I finally remembered. But I'm like grabbing these pomegranates, putting
Do
them
you
in
want
my
to
bag.
share with the audience how to tell?
Yeah, little life hack.
Please enlighten everybody.
Pretty much, I mean, to make it short and simple, if the pomegranate looks like a ball, it's not ripe yet. And whenever it looks like a hexagon or like very flat edges, like looking at it from the top, if you see the flat edges, that means it's ripe.
Good to know.
Yeah. So
Thank you for
but
sharing.
if it's like too flat and like almost indented, then that's bad too. So you need to find like
okay.
that middle ground between the two states. Kind of like an avocado where it's like good for about 25 minutes and then it's bad after that 25-minute time frame.
Yeah.
So I'm staring at these and then an old guy comes up to me. First off, scares the shit out of me because he just appears right beside me. And he's like, he doesn't say hello or anything. He's just like, what do you use those for?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm still trying to deal with the shaving guy. And like, now I have to deal with this.
You really are in like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like fantasy world, I guess.
I don't know what is.
You're dealing with NPCs around here.
I know. It is like, I just looked at him for a second because I couldn't figure out a good answer to give him. I was like, eat them is preferable. Like,
Knowing you and how like vibrant your facial expressions are, I could totally picture your face as you were
my
just
eyes go big. Like,
thinking about what to say.
and and so I should have went with just eat them, but I'm like, that might be too much of a smart ass answer. Like, obviously you eat them.
Of course.
So I was just like, yeah, I usually add them into smoothies, or like you can add them into a salad. And he's like, okay. And then he just walks away. And I'm like, you're not even gonna buy them.
It's like a sim.
What just? Am I on a prank show or something? What just happened? I don't know. Which, by the way, never added them into a smoothie or a salad personally.
Oh, I know.
I just eat them. So
You're not a salad person. You've recently started smoothies.
I'm a salad person. Not recently, but I am. I could make a bomb salad.
Let me just grab a pen and start making a list of shit you've never told me. You're done. You're done.
Do you want to, like, what is your like favorite What is the best salad for you?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff I can't add in salads, but I remember going to one of my friend's house, and I think she was either doing I can't remember if it was a baby shower or a housewarming party, but she had like the salad with like stuff in it and like chicken that she added in and like croutons or whatever. But there was also like pumpkin. I think there were pumpkin seeds.
Interesting.
But I'm like, this is amazing.
I never would have thought to put that in there.
And I very much think that she got it from the store because I think it was a kit and that she added like some of her own stuff in there. And I always had wanted to ask like, oh, what did you do to this? But now it's been like 4 years later and I can't bring that up. I did that recently, by the way. I went to Texas last year.
I think it was last year, yeah.
It was last year. But my friend's mom like gave me like snacks because I was leaving. So she's like, here's like snacks for the plane so you don't have to like buy stuff. And like it'll hold you over because you're gonna get there at like by midnight.
Right.
And so I had those best snacks ever. Like there were these like tea biscuits.
Okay.
You just dunk them in tea or like have them whatever. But they were like very soft and like very fresh. Last week I asked her what they were. And she's like, I don't know. We just buy whatever from the store. But why are you asking me this now?
Hey, you remember a year ago whenever I was there? What was that snack you gave me? I kind of would love for you just to reach out and just ask about that salad out of the blue, no context. Just, hey, you know, that salad you had at your baby shower, what was that? It's like, I don't remember. What
are you talking about?
That'd be hilarious. You want to, okay, best salad?
Yes.
Is the spinach leaves as your base.
Okay.
Then you throw on some goji berries, avocado,
I've never had
feta cheese. Oh, on a salad. They are phenomenal. Avocado, feta cheese, a vinaigrette on top. And then you can throw on some croutons if you want. And there's just like, I want that. I want to go make one right now.
Do it.
And then you can add shrimp into that too. And it's even better.
Add what?
Shrimp.
Huh.
Very good.
I've never heard of anyone adding shrimp to a salad.
Really?
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Well, now you have.
Okay, yay.
I don't know. I did it one day. It's I mean, because usually people go with chicken and stuff.
The standard meat base, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. One day I was just making a salad and I had shrimp. I'm like, I'm just gonna add these together and see what it tastes like.
You cooked them, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making that very clear.
I'm not that much of a lunatic. But yeah, so that was my shopping experience. Unfortunately, nothing more weird happened after that. But it's just where like it seems like it just happens in like whenever one thing weird happens, something else just follows up with it. And I'm like, why?
I want to know why it all happens to you because I've had a very like normal life shopping experience. You've been meeting like these lunatics from like ever since you moved out here.
I know, and it's not like I'm like going out and actively
You're not
like
seeking these people out.
I'm not. They just look at me and like, hey, we're gonna talk to you now.
You seem approachable.
It's like, and especially like we talked about several times on other episodes of whenever I'm shopping, I'm just in the mode of I need where I need to get the things and I need to get out.
You have horse blinders, yes.
So whenever people stop me and like, hey, what's your opinion on this? I'm like, I don't work here. What do you
Bitch, do you see a name tag?
Like I had one lady ask me what my opinion was on the milk she was gonna buy. I'm like, just get it if you like it. I don't know.
I don't fucking care.
Why are you asking me?
Just get the cheapest one.
It just I don't know why I attract that.
Oh.
But also one other thing, like it was a thought I had. We talked about again on a prior episode about how French toast is the top tier breakfast item you can have.
Yes.
So I was craving French toast. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it and then like we talked about it at work. I'm like, I just really want French toast.
Mm-hmm.
What is the optimal bread for French toast?
I've always had it with like a thicker slice of bread.
Right. And I feel like that's like, the only right answer.
Right. Or like if you don't want to go like spend money on a fancy bread like Texas toast from like your grocery store. Because those are thick enough slices for it to be
Yeah.
good enough French toast.
And that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the Texas toast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking up and down the aisle. They don't have it.
Okay.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And I'm like looking for an alternative of what other type of bread is there. All they have was like the thin sliced bread and like that. People who order that are psycho people.
Insane.
But then I was thinking too, like there's the opposite of that where you can have too thick of bread,
Yeah.
which we've experienced as well.
We have, yeah. And it just, our jaws were just basically like broken by that point, by the time we were done.
And it was the only thing we had so far that morning. It's not like we were eating a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like our plates came with anything else.
Exactly.
It only came with the French toast.
To be fair, they had an open bar for like fruits and whatnot and other toppings. So we did kind of load up on that, but it wasn't as much as what the slices of bread was.
It was like, imagine if anyone has like usually get the Texas toast, like I would say almost double that, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, probably like an inch and a half thick.
Yeah.
At
And
least.
what, 4 slices? 3 or 4 slices? I have never just had like chewed so much that my jaw physically couldn't really move anymore. Like I was working muscles I've never worked before.
That was pretty much like our breakfast, lunch, and dinner at that point.
It really was. And like it just, if you had to give me a piece of food and said you need to eat this, I'm like, I don't think I could physically do it. My jaw just won't let me. So yeah, I was like, I was just curious about that. What your opinion was, because
My thought opinion.
Your thought opinion, because it's kind of crazy to me how a store wouldn't sell the thicker slices of bread. Like it seems like a standard.
Yeah, I don't know, because like there's like a lot of places that like, and I don't know why, but it's like Safeway has like a certain selection of bread, for example, but then you go to like another grocery store and they have like a completely different selection of bread, and I'm like, isn't bread just bread? Like you should be able to get the same thing no matter what grocery store you go to.
You would think, yeah. I mean, I've been boggled by that question.
Another word that's okay, boomer.
But it's a board,
Boomer count. Let's go.
It's a board game. Thank you very much.
Boggle. Oh, it is a board game. Yes, you're right.
It is a board game. Honestly, I just threw that out there. I wasn't 100% sure if it was a board game, so I was really, really hoping it was.
It is.
Yeah, same goes, especially with like, even if you wanted to get like a frozen pizza, it blows my mind how you can go to one store and it's like, oh, here's this vast array of pizzas, and then you go to another store and it's all completely different brands of pizza. It's
Yeah.
like, I gotta like plan out where I want to shop based on the things I want because they only carry very specific stuff.
Exactly. Or you're like me and you make the mistake of thinking that every store has the same thing and just go, well, whatever. Sure, why not?
Mm-hmm. That's why I have to like, whenever I actually do go shopping, it takes me a decent amount of time because I gotta go to like 4 different places to pick up stuff.
Have you ever been scammed by like a retailer?
What does that even mean?
Like, and I don't know if it's just me, but like, okay, I'm somebody who like takes advantage of the return policy.
You
They're there for a reason.
take advantage of is said loosely. You almost like
Be careful how you finish that sentence.
I feel like you abuse the return policy.
Hey, they're there. I am not abusive, by the way.
As you say in an angry, aggressive tone. You take that back.
I'm not abusive. I'm
Don't switch it up to little girl voice.
They're there for a reason. Why have it if you're not going to let people use it?
I agree to a point. If it's food, like the food has to be like you buy it and it's rotten or something, and that's why you return it.
But like, okay, no. Trader Joe's has the policy of if you don't like it, no matter the reason, even if it's eaten, completely eaten, just bring us back the box and we'll return it.
Wait, really?
Yeah. No questions asked.
There's a life hack to free groceries.
There you go. Yeah. Everybody, do your shopping at Trader Joe's.
Do your shopping, just eat all the food and then just return all the packaging and be like, yeah, this is gross. Can I order it again?
But the habit in me of like, because I was taking advantage of that, I want to say it was like a makeup or something. No, okay. So it wasn't makeup, it was shoes. I got shoes online, and then I was going down to Oregon anyway. So I was like, okay, my hotel is right next to the mall. I'll just return it there.
Okay.
So she scans it, and she's like, yeah, no, we can't return this. And I'm like, okay, why? Your return policy said blah, 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 blah. And so I took my stuff. I go upstairs to a different register, and I'm like, I have a return. And she's like, oh, why didn't this work out for you? I'm like, oh, it's the wrong size. I didn't really like it or whatever. And she's like, okay, yeah, no worries. We'll give you a gift card. I'm like, that's how you fucking do business, bitch. You know your return policy.
Then you just take the gift card or the card downstairs to the other lady and like, look, this is what I should have gotten.
Look, bitch.
Go talk to Nancy upstairs.
Learn your return policy, you bitch. But then that reminded me, because I was thinking about this the other day of like, I was just thinking about budgeting and money and whatnot, and like where all my money's been going. And something just clicked in my brain. And you were a part of this way back in the day when we first met.
Okay.
Do you remember when I ordered shoes off Amazon? Or not Amazon, Instagram?
I was actually going to bring this up and lead into this story. Yeah, I do.
I ordered shoes, like a custom pair of shoes off this artist on Instagram. He was very responsive and then sent me the receipt, sent me like a picture of the shoes that he got to make my shoes, like to do like his artwork on it. Ghosted me like the next week. I was like, hey, can I get an update on this? Nothing. I go to PayPal and I submit a claim. They can't do anything about it.
Wait, why?
He's obviously not going to do anything about it because it was 30 days after I made the purchase.
Oh.
It's like, it's not my fault this motherfucker is ghosting me now after taking like $250.
That's a lot for shoes.
It was very custom.
Oh.
And no other artist does stuff like that. So it's like, the quality seems good. You are very active on Instagram showing your stuff off. So I'm assuming that you have good customer service too with all the shit that you do, with all the people you're making shoes for. So it's like, sure, why not? I'll support you. Biggest fucking mistake of my life. I will never buy anything off Instagram ever again. I will be very wary as to where I pay for shit.
I cannot, because that was almost 3 years now.
This is I want to say this was right after lockdown ended.
Oh, okay.
2020.
Oh, yeah, that would be, yeah, either late 2020 or early 2021.
Yes, yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And is the account still active?
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not going to say the name of it, but
no, we're not going to dox him or anything. But yes, the account is still active. He's still making shoes. He's still doing whatever it is he does.
You should just reach out.
And say what?
Well, you said he gave you a receipt. Be like, here's my receipt. You still never sent me these shoes.
The receipt was just him acknowledging that I made the payment. And picture of him buying like the shoes that he bought to make my...
Yeah, send the screenshots. You have them. Send them.
That's true. I'll do it right after this.
So that, and now you need to get in touch with this guy after 4 years, and you need to get that salad recipe after 4 years.
I should just get like in touch with people 4 years after it happens to me. Maybe things will work out for me then.
Someone asks you a question and you wait 4 years before you answer. It's like a simple yes or no. Like after 4 years, yes.
No, someone asks me a simple yes or no question. I will get back to you in 4 years.
just because.
Apparently, I make decisions really well in 4 years.
That really sucks though.
Yeah.
I had the same thing happen with early access game. It's like an alpha release or something.
Okay.
I spent $50 on this and I was like really excited for it. And then it's been 13 years now, 12 years, and it's still a broken game that's nowhere. It's buggy as hell, still broken, still.
Oh.
And I was at that point, I'm like, never again. I'm never going to buy pre-release or pre-release or early access. Any of those games, never touching them again.
Yeah.
It's like we get those stories too of like every time there's an early access or whatever, pre-release deals, everyone always gets burnt by them. They never get the quality of stuff that they are promised, and yet they still just keep buying. I'm like, when are you going to learn your lesson? Just tell them, buy it.
Honestly, because that was like the whole cyberpunk thing too, right?
That was a big one, yeah.
Yeah. And I remember you and like one other guy from work were just like talking nonstop about it.
And I mean, Cyberpunk was a huge example of like people being so hyped for a game that didn't game at all.
Mhm.
No Man's Sky, another huge one that
I've heard of that one.
like just bombed. But I mean, at least both of those came back
Mhm.
because they fixed a lot of shit. But then you have you heard of Concord?
No.
Oh my god. Sony bought a gaming studio for like tens of millions of dollars.
Okay.
About 8 years ago. And they had this game being developed and it was finally released. It was only released for I think 8 days. And they had to pull it off the shelves and give refunds because it just bombed.
Wow.
Imagine investing hundreds of millions of dollars into a project that doesn't even make it a month.
Yeah, really.
It's just, and they're not even like, it's not even like, oh, our wallets are hurt from that. It's like, yeah, we'll just try on the next one. It's like, I wish I had that kind of money.
Right?
Here's 100 million that like just failed. Okay, let's try again on something else.
Well, speaking of money, this okay, to preface, this is a topic that came up at work. And I wanted to get your opinion on this. That's why I didn't like say anything about it. Because usually we tell each other everything.
Do we?
Apparently not, but I tell you stuff.
Which, an update to that.
I tell you stuff. That apparently isn't reciprocated. So I don't know what this friendship is. I don't know if you hate me or just tolerate me. I see how it is. Thank you.
Which, an update to that, we did hang out recently.
Yes.
And I still didn't show you that stuff because we completely forgot that was a thing I had to do. But yes, you were talking.
Yeah. Okay. So we were talking at work, and this all became up because we were all talking about the cost of a human life. Only because the iPhone costs so much, like the newest iPhone. And I was just like, hey, sell your kidney for me and I'll buy myself an iPhone. I want to sell you, not mine. I want to take yours.
Right.
And so we're just talking about how much a human life costs. Apparently, it's $45 million for everything in your body.
What?
It's $10 for a square inch of your skin. It's like $167,000, I think, for your liver.
Hold on. Who is buying this?
People?
Is this like black market stuff?
I guess. I think there's an article online published that put a dollar amount to all these things based off like transplants and like selling them off the black market or whatever. And it's just all like, I guess, conjecture. I don't know where they're getting those numbers from. I didn't read the article the entire time.
I'm just thinking, like, who is collecting their skin? Who is collecting
Could
skin?
you imagine? Oh, we should do that.
Elaborate more on that, please.
You lose skin, right? You're taking off like skin from your fingers. You lose skin cells like your entire skin as a whole regenerates every 7 years.
Right.
So you gather all that. In 7 years, we'll have 10 times how much square inch of skin we have. We could get rich off this.
We're just going to be collecting our skin dust that falls off.
And just hand it to research.
Imagine you walk in with a bag of skin dust. And you're like, here, I would like my money now, please.
I would like to cash this.
What? I'm very curious on like who is buying this stuff, and if you do have it, what are you using it for? Because so I can imagine for the medical field, if you need skin grafts or something, you're like, oh, we have the sheet of skin that we have. Like, do you think like the skin also is rolled up at like how paper is rolled up on those like giant printers? I'm just curious on who's buying this and why. Because if it is black market, it goes back to our prior conversation of how do you find that to sell?
I guess, yeah.
Not like you can just travel around with a body like, hey, do you want to buy this?
So this article doesn't say who is buying stuff like this, but it does give a price range of what the true market value of these body parts are, because it's saying like organs are sold for less on the black market. And so here are the real figures.
So it kind of just seems like having a supply of it in case they need those parts for transplants.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, a lot of them are like donated, and like cadavers are donated to like medical institutions.
Yeah.
But the question popped up of, if you had to press a button to end a human life and you get the money for it, would you do it?
This just sounds like the movie.
This is a very professional conversation we had at work.
There's literally a movie about this.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I'm not a movie person, so you'll have to
No,
explain.
we know. Which we're like 2 episodes past this at this point.
Mhm.
We're supposed to do the movie game. We haven't done the movie
We
game.
haven't done it yet. You still need to do it. It's fine.
I know. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. We're going to get to the movie game. I really want to do this. So the movie is called The Box, and it's literally what you're talking about. It's there's a box with a button on it,
Mhm.
and hold on, let me get the exact plot because I only know pieces of it. Okay, yeah. So it's literally the same exact plot. It's a guy shows up and gives this couple a box with a button. And he literally tells them, if you push the button, someone you don't know is going to die, and I'll give you $1 million.
That's kind of like the basis of the conversation we had of like someone you don't know dies when you press the button and you get the money for it.
So this brings up the whole conversation, and they even talk about this in the movie too, of like, okay, well, who don't we know, and what qualifies not knowing someone? Like,
Right.
I know of like one of your friends. I know of her,
Right.
but I don't know her. So does that count of not knowing her? Like, so was that, and then what if someone else gets the box of button, and then how well do they know those people, and are they known enough that if those people push the button, are they going to be the target of dying?
Mhm.
So I wonder if whoever brought this up, I wonder if they watched that movie and they're like, I'm going to bring that up at work and see what they would think.
But you didn't answer the question. Would you press the button?
Oh yeah,
no hesitation.
No
There,
hesitation.
geez.
someone I don't know.
And then yeah, of course. I said the same thing.
It's like
I want money.
it's sad that we're to the point in life where it's just like,
How far would you go? Like if you were to pick any dollar amount on the low end
what's the lowest
the
I would
lowest
go
you'll
of pushing the button?
of ending a human life, yes.
Is it the fact of me just pushing the button, or do I have to actually do it?
It's you pressing a button and any random person's life will end. From a baby to an old man.
I don't even think it would have to be that high of a number.
But random means it could also be somebody you know.
Oh, well, that changes. But statistically, this
We have no
with
friends.
how many billions of people are in the world, the odds of it landing on someone you actually know is very small.
Mhm.
Like very, very small. So I would say, I just go push it. Even $1 million, that's enough to hold me over for a long time.
$100,000.
You would go 100,000.
No, I'm just saying. Would you?
You know, I'm really weighing the options there. 100,000 isn't as much as we typically like. It seems like a lot, but you can't buy a house with that.
With the cost of living nowadays, that'll probably last you like 6 months to a
Yeah.
year.
I think if we stuck to our normal daily routine, that's a couple of years of money.
Yeah.
But you couldn't buy a house on that.
Like if we were good with it and invested and like make it work for us, then yeah, that could go a long way.
Yeah. I think, see, even $1 million, that's like even pushing it for homes nowadays.
Yeah.
I would say $1 million. $1 million is a good
That's
minimum
fair.
because
That's
that's enough to like, you could at least,
Establish something.
yeah, you can start your own business if you wanted to.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, $1 million seems fair.
It's a good amount, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Thinking about it logically, yeah, it's a good amount.
But then though, it turns on like, what if the box shows up to someone else then? And, like,
It's a win-win, actually. Now that I really think about it, either I get money or I die. I like that.
oh, I didn't even think of that. You just turned this on its head of what if you push the button and then you die? Like you were that random person that it killed.
It's still a win-win.
I mean, one, that's our luck right there.
Oh yeah, that's our life in a nutshell right there.
Like imagine if like it was something simple like, hey, push this button or something and you get X amount of money and we take 5 years off your life. Would you do that?
Sure, why not?
So what would be the minimum for that? Because that's a lot lower stakes.
Of how many years would I want taken off my life?
No, it would be like 5 years, but what would the cost be for that?
Oh, still $1 million.
Oh, still $1 million.
I feel like if I were to live, then it'd be enough to hold me over.
I get that, but it'd be
What about you?
hilarious if like you're like, oh yeah, 5 years, I'll be old. And you push the button and then you die. You're like, wow, that person did not have much more time left.
Good. This world has already gone to shit. I don't want to do this anymore.
So I looked up how many people die a day.
Okay.
If you had to,
What's that number?
if you had to take a guess, you can pick either per day, per hour, per minute, or per second.
Per second?
Yeah.
1.5 million.
Per second?
Hey, I don't know.
1.5 million people.
There's a lot of poverty going on around here.
1.5 million per second. We would be extinct in the next hour.
Let's go. Okay. Realistically, let's do per second 150.
Wow, you're still shooting so high.
Really?
I can see where you're going from.
7.
Literally like 60. Yeah. Literally like now.
7.
No, it's 1.98. So almost 2 per second.
What is 0.98 of a person?
That's what I'm curious. Like,
You're either a person or you're like, is it like a midget or a
little person?
Or a, what is it? A quadriplegic.
Yeah, where is this, like, is the 0.98 like they almost died and then they came back, but
Is
then
it
they
a
died?
baby? Because a baby is still a person.
Yeah, I don't understand why there's a point anything.
Let's say 2 people die per second. Okay.
That's insane to think about. Every second, two people are dead.
Goodbye.
It is. I try to think about that number now, and it was like, it's kind of ridiculous to think
That's
about.
scary. I don't like that.
Which is like 170,800. I'll round up. 170,800 per day.
Jeez.
So what's one more if you push the button? That's the way.
That's the way I go with it.
If it's every 2 seconds, you could just chalk it up to falling into that statistic.
So then, I don't know how this became a thing, but we were talking about, would you eat a human?
I've had this conversation with so many people in the past. Actually, you and I think we had this.
We've had this conversation.
I definitely would if it was a survival instinct.
I can't. I mean, if it was apocalyptic, if it was end times, then yes, I can. But if it was like, hey, let's go eat a human tomorrow, I can't do that.
No. I would, yeah. If it was, hey, if you're at a fancy restaurant and it's like, today we have the human steak. No, thank you. That seems weird. But if it's the fact of like, hey, we're in the desert and there's like 5 of us, one of us needs to go so we can survive.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Tom, you're going to be the one to go.
I volunteer. I'll be the one to volunteer.
You're the tiniest one. You have nothing on you for us to eat.
I have that yacht, bitch.
And like on top of that, okay, going off of that, like, do you think you would just like sacrifice a leg? Like, I know we need to eat, so here's my leg. We'll cut that off and we'll eat that.
No, it's either all or nothing.
You just go all in.
Because I will suffer. If you kill me, I'm dead. I won't suffer. But if I don't have a leg, then I suffer.
But there's a chance you could live after all of that's said and done.
Without a... Yeah, but then... Do I really want to live without a leg, though?
I've thought about this a lot. For some reason on YouTube Shorts, the videos of people without a leg show up, and I'm like, the prosthetic, like, robot legs are kind of awesome. I kind of like them. Like, there's battery-powered ones now, which look sick, and they have, like, lights inside of them.
Sounds like you're really liking this leg.
I'm like, you know, if I lost my leg, I wouldn't be too upset, because these things are really sweet.
Freaking like Cyborg over here. What's the one body part you can't or you could easily get rid of?
One body part I could easily... My balls. That's an easy one.
Okay, well, that's aside from that.
I don't need those things clunking around. I just chop them off. I'm not having kids.
Very quick to answer that one, but okay. Aside from that,
yeah, that's too easy.
I feel like every guy almost would say yes,
unless they want kids.
Yes, every guy who doesn't want kids would have that as an answer.
Can I? Do I have to be okay? How small can I go? Because can I say like my middle toe?
It could be anything you want.
Then a middle toe, because I feel like that's the least intrusive.
Watch it be your middle toe, and then you need that for balance.
Oh, every time I step, I'm just falling because I don't have that middle toe.
Walking like a penguin.
What about you? Like, what was the one that you would do without?
My uterus.
That's a good one. But I feel like that's like with me and my
That's like
balls.
every woman.
So if, like you can't be saying I can't do that and then you do go and do that. It's tough, right?
My middle finger, I guess.
You need that way too much.
Really? Do you?
You do. You personally do.
Hey, I didn't say both. I just said one. I still have the other.
I'm right-handed, so I'm going to keep the right one.
Yes.
Dude, did you see the short, or it may have been, it was on Reddit. A guy lost his eye, so he had a glass eye. He built a robotic eye that can turn on a flashlight. So he has a built-in flashlight in his head now at all times. Tell me that's not the coolest thing in the world.
That's cool, but that's also hilarious.
Oh, you could scare the shit out of people. Like, they make you mad and like, ding, and your light comes on.
Ding.
And I was like, oh, he should have like a red filter to put on top of that. Like, if people get mad, it's like, and it's like, oh God, everyone run.
You know who he could be? Because I feel like you'd have to have like some sort of special, or like I'm sure it'd be hard for you to get a job, right? At that point, if you don't have like an eye, just because a lot of jobs you'd have to like have vision.
It depends.
Like, okay, I'm assuming this guy is blind now in one eye, right?
Wait, yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, if he doesn't have, if he had a glass eye, he's blind in one eye.
Okay, well, I'm just asking because if there's lights in there, you could also shove a camera in there with the whole Neuralink thing, and we're not going to get into that now, but...
Oh, that'd be cool.
But the perfect job for that person would be, if you could put filters on a flashlight, is to be a traffic light. Like those people who stand in the middle of the intersection.
Doing the dances and like with their gloves on. And like, and then it's like his light's eye is red and then it's like yellow, green.
Okay, your turn.
I just thought about like how convenient is that you drop something, you don't have your phone, and it's just like ding, your light comes on and you can look around. Wherever your head turned, that's where the light goes. Like that's very convenient.
Yeah. But going back to the whole cannibalistic route, how many calories do you think a person is?
Oh, Jesus. Geez, that's a good question.
There is an answer to this.
Really?
Yes.
I was first thinking to go low.
Okay.
But I don't think it is. I'm thinking in terms of like steaks and hamburgers. So I would think we'll just go like 15,000. For everything?
For everything.
Yeah.
No.
What is it?
So I'm going to give it to you in pieces because that's what this article does.
Pieces.
A person's fat storage, an average person's fat storage is about 50,000 calories. The skeleton is 25,000 calories. The skin is 10,000 calories.
Okay. So 50, 60, 70, 85,000.
Thigh muscles alone is 13,000 calories. A forearm is 1,600 calories. Your calf is 4,400 calories. Your torso and head is 5,418 calories.
Size way off.
Tissue is 50,000 calories.
So we're at like 150,000.
Yeah.
See, this is why it's a great thing to have a body around. If
teeth are 36 calories average.
Who's eating teeth? That's like a Skittle.
But it goes on to say a horse is almost 200,000 calories and a bison is almost 1,000,000 calories.
Oof.
So
that's a lot.
We have options here. Should there be the end of times?
But if you're on like a deserted island, at least you know you have
food for like a good 5 years.
What is that? Hold on. Divided by
an average person needs 2,000. Let's say that 2,000 calories a day.
2,000. So that's 75 days
of food from a human.
Yeah,
which is about
a little over
a
2
month
months.
And a half. No, yeah, 2 months. 2 months and a half.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, you just kill people.
2 more months.
You kill people every 2.5 months.
But I mean, to be fair, a lot of that, like, you can't eat teeth, you can't eat bones, so
you can make broth out of it.
Broth.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
Today we have femur soup. Thanks, Bill.
We dedicate the soup to Bill. He has sacrificed his life for us.
Oh no, I think I mean, I get why people would do it in severe situations, but I think there's a big thing too with that of diseases.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like I've read somewhere because I haven't looked into this, and it's like there's obviously it's not good for you
No.
in the long run to do that, but also like there's something within your muscles that just isn't edible.
I would assume so, yeah.
So it's just stuff like that. Like that's why I think it's specifically in a survivor type deal is like we need to or else we're done.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you would want to go with like animals first,
Of course.
or fish. Fish is a good easy one too.
Right.
But when you exhaust that, then the next best thing is a human.
Yes.
It'd suck if you like you voted and you're like, all right, it has to be this person. That's the vote. And then you take them out and you start eating them, and then the rescue ship shows up. It's like, oh man, you guys are like an hour too late on this. It's like, can we at least just finish the leg before we go? Like, we've already committed to this. It would feel wrong to put them out
Leave
and then not even, yeah.
You're welcome to join.
Do you have any sauces on you?
This could use some salt and pepper.
Oh boy, this became a weird episode.
This became a morbid episode. We've been at this for a while.
We have. So if you liked the episode, if you enjoy us,
You better.
Kenny's will come find you. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Go follow our socials at Intersint Pod, and we will see you next week.
Woo, you got it right.
I did. I was very focused on that.
Good job. Bye.